it's time for Vash. I feel that now it's gonna be a bad episode. I mean, bad as in, oh no. Yeah, Vash kind of led them to his papa and mama, right? They have this like garden, and he basically led the bug boy and so on, right? With his army. So, like I said last week, we're gonna have like a really dark. We had, of course, knives last episode, right? With mom and so on a little bit, but I think this episode, it really is gonna be like super dark now, right? Because they're all getting in there, and it's like they found their location and so on. So it's a motion game. So 3, 2, 1, and go. They're out there in the desert, trying to get to the plant quick. Him and Wolfwood. They're riding out here in the. It's very dark. This anime is very dark though. I think it's a little bit from the action standpoint. It's kind of hard showing the scene sometimes. It'll be clips, right? Because clips get so dark in this anime. They really do get really dark. Yeah, like oh yeah, it's opening on. No. Do. Back from the gym, right? As always. Yeah. Just go to the gym before I stream, but yeah. Yeah, my poor little Vash, man. It's kind of a sad opening, right? Yeah, it's kind of like this dark, man. The whole anime is dark and grim, man. You're like, commercial break. Here we go. Yeah, because now they kidnapped them. Right, so they end down this basement here. Yeah, who are you, bug boy? I just hate humans. It's like, I just hate everyone. I'm just an evil bug guy. Yeah, I mean, his motivation is pretty straightforward. He's just like, I'm here before the humans. I just don't dislike humans. His strategy is pretty straightforward, right? He's like, oh yeah, I'm a bug guy. I don't like humans. Basically, it's like, yeah, I wanna destroy this stuff. Yeah, it's like, more or less, right? It's like, yeah. It was kind of weird how they skipped over how he kidnapped them, though. They just kind of woke up and they were already kidnapped. That was kind of weird. That was very weird, actually, I think, in one of the aspects. Yeah, that's a little weird. That was weird. He just took them. But there it is. Geoplants. Yeah, so we did see him as young, of course, right? The scientist. Can't remember his name now, but he's one of the senior scientists. And we saw him when he was in the Knife and Vash backstory. I guess he kept himself alive with that kind of weird. I don't think he's using the freeze thing like Vash, bonus parents are doing. I think he's more using that. He's like a cyborg. That's how he kept being alive for this long ride. I think so. He's like one of the seed guys, so he. I think so. I think he used to buy technology. Maybe I'm wrong on that, but I'm pretty sure that's how he's alive still. I think so. Because we're infiltrating this place now here. This is nice though. I like it. Kind of zooming out. This is very studio. Yeah, it's nice. Like a zoom out here on this cool, futuristic. There's a kind of like I don't know. It feels like a Las Vegas feel to it, but it's I guess like Japanese shamisen music. Some kind of gambling city, right? It's a kind of it feels like a gambling. It kind of reminds me of whatever the hot space city is called in Star Wars. Like not the main city, a typical movie, but there's a hot planet that is like a huge gambling planet. And he sneezes. Come on, Vash. Yeah, and they fight them. My god, Vash. It's like a weird sneeze there. Ultimate infiltration. Yeah, his skills maybe not the best, man. But I can't remember the name is called now in the song, whatever. Yeah, they're gonna capture them, of course, or try to at least. Classic Bash, man. Let's get into int issues. Yeah. What can I do now then? I mean, if it's typical, like they kind of infiltrated some kind of like weird. Man, I'm so dark. I'm gonna have to fix this filter a bit. You know, I can't show too clearly, right? Because of copyright, of course, and so on. But this anime is just so dark. Now they're going into this like, I guess, ventilation system, right? Basically, infiltrating the ventilation system, more or less, right? And it's so dark and it's so desertly, right? This anime, it's so like, yeah, they're running on this like mechanical pits, right, of the city, and it just looks so. It's so. I mean, I like the anime, but man, this is definitely the most like at least a typical frame is anime. Yeah, it's just dark. It's gray. One of my best friends, he's watching this anime now. He watched the original anime, talking about it earlier this week. He's watching this anime right now, and he's just like, yeah, he's like he likes it. But it's also, of course, like everyone is like, oh my god, it's so dark. It's so dark, but dark, and also the storyline is dark, right? But yeah, it is so dark, this anime. Like, it's just like if it was with Batman, you know, it's like drawn on the black pages. And then we colorizing black pages, basically. Yeah, you're like, my god, it is so dark. But yeah, now he's explaining here how he made the gun, the guys, right? Yeah, how the science works. I mean, now it's bright again. Yeah, now they're in his... And even that guy, our friend, but yeah, the Punishers. Even that guy. Feels like they have to betray Vash now, what do you think? But see, now it's like pitch black again. This episode was more than usual, yeah. Now it's like pitch black again. It doesn't like ruin the show, I think. No, but I think it's interesting. Again, so I mentioned talking to my friend yesterday. He's seen like the first 4 episodes. I think now he binged like the first 4 episodes in one day. And yeah, he's like, yeah, it's so dark right there. Like, it's so dark all the time. Yeah, it's like, but I don't know, it's the broken record. I know, I'm talking about earlier. Yeah. Everyone knows this season is way darker than the old ones. Absolutely. Let me see Vash back here with all his weird scars and his, yeah, poor Vash. He's all like cyborg-genetic kind of thing, right? All metal plates in his backbone and. Yeah, like his shoulder, one of his elbows, like a metal plate, and yeah, poor Vash. Yeah, not about it, right? But this is a scene in the old show too, though. Yeah, when he takes off his clothing and show them all his scars, right? There's a classic scene in the old ones too. Definitely. Yeah. Hidoi. Yeah, that is Hidoi, man. Now they're going to this laboratory here. Yeah, we see this like, I guess I have Wolfwood, maybe. It doesn't matter, it's the same, right? But yeah, we see this like laboratory and it's like on the blood. And all the tomato juice, you know, in his laboratory and so on, yeah. And this behind him is a symbol though of the church, right? That is the... As you saw earlier in the backstory of Wolfwood and so on. You see they have that church symbol instead of a cross, right? And they're basically Christians, right? They're basically Christianity, but they don't have a cross to have the... But yeah, I mean, it's back to that when we saw him wake up, right? Yeah, in this like weird laboratory place. Yeah, nice independent plant. Yeah, exactly. It's like a living plant. That likes to play music. He likes to pretend he's a Phantom of the Opera. I like him explain how nice for him is he's an independent plant that really likes to play music. Yeah, that is like he's, you know how he is. He loves to go in there and like play some music tunes. You know, yeah, like yeah. You know, have you seen this guy? He very into music. Like he likes to sit there and be all groony and all sad in the darkness. Yeah, he's really into this like. There's a plant. There she is. I think so. The girl, right? The vampire, yeah. They're making more plants there. Yeah. Humans are pathetic, yeah. Those disgusting humans, after all, you know. Ush. Yeah, they disgust me heavily, definitely. I agree. But yeah, I mean, he's, you know, working on creating more plants, of course. Yeah, he has a laboratory here, and he's creating more plants, right? Or trying to create more independent, little more knives, more version knives, right? Yeah, trying to repopulate the, I guess, in that sense. I guess you could call it that. That thing is like a... It's like a little gnome or something. Or maybe a goblin. Yeah. Oh, I was gonna do the hand thing. No, but this is... Yeah, who do you call it cute? I mean, this is her that we said earlier. She's the evil one. Yeah. I mean, we know... Oh, no, she's gonna try to kill her through the eye. Man, this is scary, man. Looking at this like the... Yeah, kid in the laboratory. It's like, you call me cute? I'll kill you. Yeah, you think I'm a sad little puppet in this thing? Yeah, talk to me like that. Human. Yeah. Don't talk to me like that. Human filth. Yeah, I love it. You come in there like, no, I'm gonna challenge you with this thing for sure. Yeah, but I said earlier, isn't it her? Like, could just, you know, come in there, of course, gonna be like a... Oh yeah, it goes commercial break. Not much. Yeah. That was like this fake crying. See, you fought for it! But it almost been so evil, this character. This can't even ever see it. It's like, backa mana. It's almost like the vampire teeth, right? That's like a plant vampire. Also has yeah, the needle power, simpler knives. Man, I feel Roberto will die now. His death flag is massive here. Yeah, his death flag is like massive. Yeah. Now of course shooting the... I mean, he as a new character, I think he is like to die too. My friend said it, he was like, he's probably gonna die, right? Yeah, my friend was like, I think he's gonna die first probably. Yeah, and the Wolf shoots them all. Yeah, run you two. Oh man. Yeah, the Punisher. Wolf just shoots him down. I love it. You can see in there like his own state. Like, I will repel your needles. Yeah, needles. Yeah, it's like, I'll leave you guys. Varsågod! No, I can stay and fight, of course. But like he shoots down all the... he just shoots down all the needles. Yeah, he just aims at them. Oh, this is so fake, man. This cries here. I don't know why he stopped shooting for, though. Why did he stop shooting for? It's like, you're not fooling anyone, kid! It's like, why is that shooting for then? Keep shooting then, instead of like being like... Yeah, don't touch me, Vash! You disgusting traitor! Man, this is weird, man. This cat is weird. But yeah, I don't know why he didn't just finish it off, you know. Yeah, why he just shot down all the nails and could have finished. But Senpai might die now. Yeah, oh, Roberto die, right? That's how it feels. It's gonna be right. We talked about yesterday with my friend. He was like, he's probably gonna die with a new character. His death flag was the highest because he is the most. He's the easiest guy to get rid of. Yeah, I mean, yeah, he was. We talked about it. It's right because I think about it too, right? Yeah, like I said earlier, because he is of course he's not the OG character, right? So yeah, his death scene is his death flag is massive, man. He actually probably will die here. Yeah, you should almost chat the girl. No, it's all my fault. Blame yourself. Yeah, it is your fault. It doesn't even deny it. Yeah, it's your fault. Oh, you're joking. Of course, he's joking to her, but man, He called it. He was right, yeah, but it definitely... It felt like, yeah, it felt likely as he's that Senpai will die. But it's interesting if then, you know, we're still lacking her partner, right? We're lacking Millie, yeah. If she comes back in. Be interesting if she now, next episode, joins her. Now when he dies here, if he dies, and then he's replaced by the OG wife, right? Maybe. There could be a way to doing this thing that he's, yeah. That would make a lot of sense now if she comes back with him. Yeah, and how he dies. Senpai! Senpai! And I think that she's gonna replace him with, yeah. But I don't think it's sad, but I don't think they really built up his character. That I cared honestly too much about him. To be fair, I don't think they really built him up too much. That was like super important for him. But yeah, it makes a lot of sense if he's now replaced then by, you know, the duo comes back, right? She of course has a lot of guns in the OG. She wears. Now because she hits one equipment there. She's out for revenge. Yeah, she's out for revenge now. Go up again. So I will take care of this. Maybe. But it's a sad scene here. But yeah, like I said, his death flag, I mean, I guess he was gonna die there. His death flag was high then. Yeah, being the only new character, his death flag was definitely higher for the reason. And also that we haven't seen, you know, who he replaced really. We haven't seen the character he's supposed to be, and so to speak. Yeah. But I felt weird that Wolfwood didn't finish the earlier when he saved them. Well, he didn't even save them, but that was weird. That was weird. If he was more salty now that they didn't. Yeah, I was already getting salty that they didn't finish off, you know, the enemy. Did they just like, yeah, whatever, shut up, and they just left there? And now we know that Roberto died from that too, and they didn't really get, you know, revenge for Roberto in a sense. They could have at least got revenge for him. It was weird. But here we go. They come to Knives. His Phantom of the Opera place. You know, he's now sitting here and playing his music all the time. Yeah, here he is playing those tunes. The episode isn't over yet, but I don't think he's gonna have the footage for the next episode. Yeah, not that much time left for like a fight between them. I doubt that. It's got the religious thing about, but behind him you have these like statues, and I don't know what this like the black is supposed to be though. It's like symbolism maybe. Maybe it's supposed to like represent something like a church, like the, you know, typical like a window in a church or something, right? You know, something like that maybe. Maybe that's what it's supposed to represent. But we haven't had Legato really confront Vash yet. That's why this can't be the final fight. Even though they're kind of going at it now, this can't be the final fight. I realize I feel it from because the Legato has to be kind of pushing Vash, right, to drop his Pacific route and so on. That's one thing that probably would block them from actually, you know, having like an actual fight there, like an actual fight where he tries to finish him. Oh, now it's back to I guess it's maybe nice backstory to explain his motivation, maybe. Yeah. Yes, it picks. Oh, it's an eye there. See what it does? An eye on his knife. Goddamn knives! Why do you have an eye on your knives, man? Yeah, but it was like a living eye. Yeah, it wasn't like a person's eye. It was like an eye inside of the metal. I'm thinking what else. Have you seen it before? What? Oh, this is the old school anime now. This is the old school. Yeah, that kind of color art was kind of felt like the old anime. Ah, come on. They probably have a fight next episode, right? After he's gonna tell him why he hates. He has to tell him why he hates everyone and why he wants to, why he wants to kill everyone and so on. Yeah. He needs to have 10 minutes of this is why I killed our mother or so on. He needs to have long, yes, brother, let me explain to you why I defeated Rem. Yeah, he needs to have this very long, I play his piano and needs to tell him all the bad stuff is out of his life, and then they can fight next episode. This is very anime though. He's like, yeah, let me tell you my life story first. Oh, you wanna fight me, Nishan? Yeah. Let me first explain to you why I hated Rem for. Yeah, it's like. Don't you want to know why I killed your mom? Yeah, come on. They're gonna start fighting, of course, now. Yeah, here we go. Now he's running up there. Of course, they're gonna start using their powers against each other. I mean, obviously, the episode's over now. It's like a minute left. Of course, they're gonna start, punching a little bit, right? Of course, the classic. They need to have a little bit of a handgemenskap Swedish. Yeah, here comes the ending and so on. No, but I mean, of course, they need to have a little bit that. But yeah, so let's review it. Good episode. Definitely kind of had that predictability as a pose that, like I mentioned, because I was talking to one of my best friends yesterday. Like I said, you said about anime. It's in Discord talking about anime, right? You're my YouTube channel. And anyway, we talked about it. Let's see. No? It doesn't pop up. There we go. How weird. But anyway, yeah, we just talked about this because, like I said, I think it's a good example. He just watched the anime, right? He binged like the first 4 episodes yesterday or 2 days ago, and he just seen the first 4, right? And he's seen the course I had mentioned the original. So he was like, "Where's my milf, right? Where's my Millie? Where's my wife?" He's like, "Yeah, where's the big girl, right?" Of course, that was the discussion we had, right? I think everyone basically coming into this anime have that discussion. We already had here early reviews, so of course you know what I'm talking about. But yeah, now when he dies here, I think first and foremost, like I said earlier, I guess he will be replaced now by Miller. That's probably come in now, right? And they will explain how to get her into it, and having him die here. And if they had the original character, they couldn't probably do. They could do that scene, but it would be probably more controversial, right? But on the same time, though, if you never had Roberto, I think you never had this character, and instead we had one of the girls dying instead, right? Millie or Merle, yeah, one of the classic, waifus in the anime dying here instead. It also would feel 10 times more emotional, right? Then I have the original stuff in my head and this stuff and so on. And now I felt that I think an issue with this character though is that, in my opinion, and you can correct me wrong or not, so you can, of course, I think he isn't very likable. I don't hate this character, but I didn't like fall in love with him either, right? So he replaces one of the classic characters in the anime, and then so you kind of have a little aversion against him, right, immediately. And then he never really like clicked for me. He was just kind of there as her senpai, whatever. Yeah, he didn't really do that much, but still mostly her doing everything. He was kind of there being grumpy. So I didn't really like this character. So honestly, I didn't feel that much when he died. I was just like, oh yeah, he dies. Yeah, okay, makes sense. And like I said earlier in the reaction part, but when they were avoiding or not avoiding them, but trying to avoid the nails, I said it, but I was like, oh, he probably gonna die now because he's the easiest character to kill off, right? But he's a new character, and the manga has a bunch of other characters, of course, that the anime never had, right? But he's just completely new. This character he's not in the manga or the old anime, right? He's completely new for this anime. So his death flag, of course, is much higher, right? Or rather, death probability, whatever you call it, right? Because again, they can easily replace him or whatever. So, but yeah, I would be very surprised now then if she doesn't pick up a new partner after this, which of course be then her original anime, yeah, from the first manga partner, right? Makes sense. But otherwise, yeah, Vash and Knives finally meet up. There's been a rumor this anime is gonna have more episodes, like actually 24 episodes, like a second season, maybe. But I don't know, because now they are fighting here, and I could see it actually ending then if you have only like 2 or 3 episodes left, right? But at the same time, as I mentioned, it does feel weird because Legato hasn't done much yet, Legato has been in the flashback and he's driving that car and so on, and it does feel like weird that Legato isn't gonna force Vash. Because that's one of the best scenes ever in anime, right? When Legato versus Vash in the end of the original anime. So something like that scene or something similar to that scene is what I expect to happen, right? To really push Vash, and that hasn't really happened yet. It's easy for him to fight his brother, but not other character. So I do think that is kind of strange. So maybe that rumor is true then. It does feel like he's kind of jumping too quickly into this thing. You know what I mean? Like coming in here and fighting his brother already. We haven't really seen Legato and the other guys and so on. And also, of course, Wolfwood. It's also, you know, the year and so on. So, I don't know. It may be if like Wolfwood fights Legato this episode. Yeah, I would say that if Wolfwood, if he has like a fight with Legato, if they have like a one-on-one fight, while Knives and Vash are fighting, then I could see the anime ending on like 11 or 12 episodes, actually. But if Legato doesn't appear next episode, then I think they're gonna have that. Then the rumor is probably true and they're gonna have another season because, yeah, Legato also needs to be part of this, like, you know, final confrontation, right? So that's something like that. But yeah, what do you guys think? Comment below. Is his death, was it useful? Well, what if the OG girl had died, right? Then it would be really sad, actually. But subscribe to the button. Have a great day.